Greg Roman. You had a division together.
Oh, yeah.
For a while, right?
Absolutely. It was hard to deal with. A little bit different because of the quarterback run game with Lamar. But just in terms of the different personnel groups, the different types of runs, the play action pass off of that. He can be unique with getting into empty, with the route combinations. But he's good just in terms of game planning.
As like stubbornly stick with the run as you're going to find in this league?
Well, probably. I like to say, the mentality is like the old Big Ten football, right? They're going to run the ball, make you load the box to stop it, and then try to get over the top in terms of play action pass. But you can see it on tape. They're definitely going to try to run the ball.
Joe, what's kind of just been the emphasis coming back from like the mini bye and having a chance to kind of self-scout a little bit and everything?
Yeah, really just getting back to fundamentals, execution football. We have to be better in terms of our communication. And that's when I watch tape with the guys, it's like plays you may not see. And like, man, if we were a little bit better, would that have been a sack fumble or an interception? And it's those 2 or 3 plays a game, those game-changing plays that, to me, I feel like we're missing out on. But it's just about guys doing their job, and that's all it is.
We hear that word communication a lot. What is that actually like?
Well, it's just
actually be better
based on the different calls, the adjustments we're making. If somebody doesn't get the communication, we had a few of those errors in the last game, then that play doesn't get run properly, the defense. So we've had a few of those along the way. So to me, it's my job as a coach to make sure they understand what they're supposed to do and make those communications so that way we don't miss out on opportunities.
Is Kool-Aid McKinstry ready to step in a bigger role?
Yeah, he already has. The Dallas game, matched up against CeeDee Lamb at times. He's very confident, very smart. He's really learned multiple positions, and he's a competitor, so he's ready.
It's a classic Big Ten football. You're raising a Big Ten running back. What do you think about the threat J.K. Dobbins brings?
Oh, man, he's a load. He's very powerful. You watch him run. He has great balance and body control. You definitely can't arm tackle him. So we're going to have to get multiple guys, to the ball to get him down. But he's a good runner.
Have you guys been able to work on tackling and stuff this week? Like, how does that, given the rules in the NFL?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we don't take people to the ground. You know what I mean? But just working on the tackle, different drills, we put emphasis on it this week. I know I got that question last week, and we were like 23 tackles better than we were against Tampa with doing no drill work. So it's a mindset as well. But we worked on the fundamentals, tracking, bringing your feet on contact, wrapping up different drills. So hopefully that shows up on game day.
TA2 said that there was like a difference between listen, it's one thing to talk, but another thing to listen. What's kind of your perspective on that?
Yeah, well, you want to make sure that they're processing all the information because, there's a lot, we put a lot of information to a small amount of time in terms of the meetings. We go from a team meeting to a defensive meeting, his presentation, my presentation, then what that emphasis is for today. So they're getting a lot of information. So you can be there, but are you really listening? Because there's little details that you can't miss. So that's what he was referring to.
And for Kool-Aid, I guess it's one thing to know that, hey, this could be a spot start, back in week 2. But is there something about knowing that, you could depend on him the rest of the season, now that he has kind of an extended streak to fill in for Paulson rather than just a one-off?
Yeah, with those guys, it's every week. It's like you're one play away from playing 60. So the mindset in terms of preparation with him has always been the same. Just in case something happens during the course of the game. He's always been ready. And I think he's ready for this opportunity. There's some guys he's going to play against that he played against in college. So, again, I think he's ready to go.
What's the challenge for Alante going outside when y'all are in base, nickel when you're, or slot when you're in nickel? Does that matter, him to kind of shift between outside and inside in game?
No, not really. I mean, for him to start, his wires may get crossed a little bit. Just because there's different things you do at nickel than you do at corner in terms of the adjustments within our coverages. But he's been fine, through this week in terms of practice, and I don't think it'll be a problem.
What would getting Pete back mean for this group?
A lot. Pete and DeMario, Batman and Robin, So you got your sidekick with you. But it's just a confidence thing. And to have a guy with that caliber of play, that much experience is definitely going to help us on defense.
Joe, on that listening versus hearing thing, when the team success isn't there, do you kind of have to make sure that the messaging is getting through the way it should? Is there anything extra you guys have to do as coaches?
No, not really. I think it always goes back to the fundamentals. It always goes back to doing your job. And when you watch the tape, because you want to show them the good things, but show them these are areas we can improve. And I think when you show them and they see it, they understand. And it's at all 3 levels of the defense. So, and I think I said it before, you can have one play out there, if 10 guys are doing the right thing and one guy's not, it could be a big play. So we have to make sure that all 11 are on the same page.
Thanks, Joe.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.